Welcome to Stoic Life Lessons, a series where ancient wisdom meets modern-day challenges. Life can often feel overwhelming, too fast, too chaotic, and filled with uncertainty. But what if I told you that the key to peace lies not in controlling the world around you, but in mastering your mind? Thousands of years ago, Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca wrote about how to live with strength, clarity, and calmness in the face of adversity. Their teachings are just as relevant today as they were then, especially when dealing with stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights. In this first lesson, we'll dive into the basics of Stoicism. It's not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming grounded, steady, and present in the chaos. Stoicism is a philosophy of life that teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. It's about transforming our mindset, so we approach life's challenges with resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. This isn't some abstract, theoretical concept. It's a practical guide to living. Stoicism isn't about avoiding pain. It's about enduring it with strength. It's about recognizing that things will happen outside of your control, but your response is always within your power. So, how does this apply to our lives today? Well, the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember, it's not the event itself that causes anxiety, but how you interpret and react to it. Take a moment today to pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Focus on that, and the rest will follow. Lesson 1. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. Welcome back to our Stoic journey. In this lesson, we're going to dive into one of the most fundamental principles of Stoicism. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. This may sound simple, but in practice, it's a powerful way to relieve anxiety and find peace. Think about all the things that stress you out. Is it your work, your relationships, the state of the world? These are all external factors you can't control, but what you can control is how you respond to them. Take a moment and think of something that's causing you anxiety right now. Maybe it's a work deadline, a disagreement with a friend, or a worry about something out of your control. Ask yourself, what part of this situation is within my control? For example, you can't control how someone else behaves, but you can control your reaction. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you prepare for it. The key here is understanding that your peace depends on recognizing what's within your power. Now, let's practice. Imagine a situation that stresses you out. Maybe it's a delay in your plans, or maybe someone criticizes you. In that moment, take a breath. What can I control here? What if you focused on your response instead of the event itself? The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to let go of unnecessary stress. Remember, this isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about focusing on what you can change and finding peace in the process. When you let go of trying to control the uncontrollable, you free up your energy for what truly matters. Lesson 2. Embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth. Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll explore another powerful Stoic lesson. Embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth. It may sound counterintuitive, but adversity is where true strength is built. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, believes that life's challenges are actually the perfect training ground for personal growth. Every hardship is an opportunity to refine your character, improve your patience, and strengthen your mind. Think about a time when you faced a difficult situation. Did it shape you in ways you never expected? Often, the hardest times are the ones where we grow the most. The next time you face a challenge, instead of resisting it, ask yourself, what can I learn here? Whether it's a stressful situation at work or a personal struggle, adversity is not the enemy. It's a part of life that can shape you into a stronger version of yourself. By practicing this Stoic mindset, you'll start to see obstacles not as problems, but as opportunities to become the best version of yourself. And with each challenge, you'll build a stronger foundation for your future. Lesson 3. The power of reflection. Welcome to today's lesson. In Stoicism, one of the most important practices is daily reflection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote about reflecting on his actions and thoughts every single day. Reflection allows us to step outside of our own emotions and gain perspective on our behavior. It's an essential tool for growth and peace. At the end of each day, take a moment to ask yourself, Did my actions align with my values today? What did I do well? What could I have done better? This simple practice helps you understand what's within your control and where you need to improve, which is a powerful antidote to stress and anxiety. Start this practice tonight. Reflection brings clarity, and clarity brings peace. Lesson 4. The dichotomy of control. In Stoic philosophy, one of the most central teachings is the dichotomy of control. The idea is simple. Some things are within your control, and some things are not. The challenge is knowing the difference. What can you control? Your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. What can't you control? Everything else, other people's opinions, the outcome of situations, the weather, and more. When you focus on what's in your control, you gain peace. You stop worrying about things that are beyond your reach and start taking intentional action with the things you can change. This simple mindset shift can transform your life and ease anxiety. Remember, you can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. Lesson 5. Negative visualization. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is called negative visualization. This practice involves imagining the worst-case scenario, but not to feel despair, rather, to appreciate what you have and to prepare yourself for life's inevitable ups and downs. The Stoics believe that by contemplating loss, we could better appreciate the present and become more resilient when hardship strikes. Start by imagining losing something important to you. It could be your job, a relationship, or your health. While this may sound unpleasant, it's not meant to make you feel anxious. It's meant to remind you how precious the things you have really are. Once you go through the exercise, notice how it shifts your perspective. You may find yourself feeling more gratitude and less fear of the future. This is not pessimism. It's a tool for living more fully. When you accept the impermanence of life, you can appreciate each moment more deeply. Lesson 6. Living in harmony with nature. To live a Stoic life, you must live in harmony with nature. For the Stoics, nature isn't just the natural world around you. It's your own nature too. It's about aligning your actions with your values and the natural flow of life. When you accept life as it is, rather than constantly resisting it, you begin to feel more at peace. Recognize that there are things beyond your control, such as the seasons, other people's actions, or even the economy. Fighting against these things creates stress. But by accepting them, you free up energy to focus on what you can change, your own actions, reactions, and mindset. When you live in harmony with nature, you stop fighting against life and start flowing with it. Lesson 7. Practice virtue above all else. Stoicism teaches us to focus on virtue above all else. Virtue, qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, should be our highest goal. When we live virtuously, everything else falls into place. Unlike external achievements, virtue is something you can control. It's the foundation of a peaceful, meaningful life. While fame, wealth, and power can be fleeting, virtue is lasting. By practicing virtue in every action, you begin to live a life that's aligned with your deepest values. Focus on living virtuously, and the rest of your life will follow. True happiness comes from within, not from external accomplishments. Lesson 8. Living with integrity. In Stoicism, living with integrity means aligning your actions with your values, regardless of the consequences. Integrity isn't just about doing the right thing when people are watching. It's about doing the right thing when no one is around. Integrity is the foundation of trust and self-respect. It's about being honest with yourself and others, and making choices that reflect your true self. When you act with integrity, you live authentically, and that is a powerful antidote to anxiety and fear. Living with integrity isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. It's the path to true peace and confidence. Lesson 9. The power of silence. Today, we'll explore one of the most powerful Stoic practices, the power of silence. In a world filled with noise and constant stimulation, silence is often undervalued. But for the Stoics, silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's a tool for inner peace and clarity. Silence allows us to clear our minds and reflect on our thoughts. It gives us the space to pause and understand our emotions instead of reacting impulsively. By embracing moments of silence, you can center yourself and regain control over your responses. Silence isn't just an absence, it's an active practice. Use it as a tool for self-reflection, for calming your mind, and for preparing yourself to respond with intention. Lesson 10. Focus on the present moment. One of the key Stoic teachings is to live fully in the present moment. It's easy to get lost in the past, replaying regrets, or to worry about the future, imagining worst-case scenarios. But the Stoics remind us that the only moment we truly have is now. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. When we focus on the present, we remove the clutter of past mistakes and future anxieties." The present moment is where we can act with purpose, where we can feel peace. By practicing mindfulness and bringing your awareness back to the present, you'll find that anxiety decreases and life becomes more manageable. Lesson 11. The art of letting go. In life, we often cling to things, our plans, expectations, or even people. But the Stoics teach us the art of letting go. By releasing attachments, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. The Stoics didn't advocate for detachment from love or life, but they did encourage us to let go of the need for control. Life is uncertain, and the more we resist its natural flow, the more we increase our suffering. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting that some things are beyond your control. It's the key to living a peaceful and fulfilling life. Lesson 12. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be thankful for what he had, no matter how difficult life became. Practicing gratitude shifts our focus from what's missing to what we already have. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the things you're grateful for. This practice helps reframe negative thoughts and encourages a mindset of abundance. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on the richness of your life in the present moment. Gratitude doesn't just boost your mood, it helps you feel more connected to the world around you. Try it every day and watch your perspective shift. Lesson 13. Be your own judge. One of the core Stoic beliefs is that you should be the judge of your own character, not the approval of others. The opinions of the world are fleeting and unreliable, but your own integrity is yours to keep. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on whether his actions aligned with his virtues. He asked himself, am I acting with honesty? Am I being patient? Am I showing compassion? The Stoic approach is to hold yourself accountable without relying on external validation. Be your own judge. Let your actions speak for themselves and live with integrity, regardless of outside opinions. Lesson 14. Turn obstacles into opportunities. One of the most famous Stoic sayings is, "The impediment to action advances action." It means that every obstacle you face can become an opportunity for growth. Instead of viewing difficulties as setbacks, see them as challenges that can sharpen your skills, deepen your patience, and strengthen your resolve. Stoicism teaches us that every adversity holds a lesson if we are open to learning from it. By changing your perspective on obstacles, you transform them into stepping stones for your personal growth. Lesson 15. Practice temperance. Temperance, or moderation, is a key Stoic virtue. In a world of excess, the Stoics remind us to balance our desires and practice self-restraint. This applies to everything from food to entertainment to our emotional responses. Temperance isn't about denying yourself pleasure. It's about finding balance. It's about enjoying the simple pleasures of life without overindulging or becoming obsessed with them. By practicing temperance, you'll build a healthier, more sustainable lifestyle and avoid the pitfalls of overindulgence. Lesson 16. Lead by example. Leadership, in the Stoic sense, isn't about dominating others. It's about leading by example. Whether you're a leader in your family, at work, or in your community, your actions speak louder than words. Marcus Aurelius led the Roman Empire not by imposing his will, but by embodying the Stoic virtues of courage, wisdom, and fairness. In every role you hold, lead with integrity, and others will follow. Lead not by commanding, but by living your values and letting your actions guide others. Lesson 17. The value of perseverance. Perseverance is another Stoic virtue. Life isn't always easy, and there will be times when you'll want to quit. But the Stoics teach us that real strength comes from persevering through difficult times. Every time you push through discomfort, you're building mental toughness. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how small the step, and to never give up on what truly matters to you. Perseverance isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up again and again, no matter what challenges come your way. Lesson 18. Make peace with death. In Stoic philosophy, one of the most profound teachings is to make peace with death. The Stoics didn't fear death. They saw it as a natural part of life. By contemplating our mortality, we can live more fully in the present. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself that life is fleeting and that death can come at any time. This isn't meant to be morbid. It's a call to live with urgency and to prioritize what truly matters. When we accept that death is inevitable, we stop wasting time on trivial matters and start focusing on what truly adds value to our lives. Lesson 19. Practice self-control. Self-control is one of the most powerful Stoic virtues. It's easy to give in to our impulses, whether it's indulging in food, overspending, or reacting out of anger. But Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from controlling our desires and actions. Every time you practice self-control, you build resilience. Instead of being ruled by your emotions or desires, you take control of your actions. This is how you gain mastery over your life. Self-control isn't about denial. It's about choosing what's best for you in the long run, rather than being driven by immediate gratification. Lesson 20. Control your reactions. Life doesn't always go the way we want it to, and people don't always act the way we expect. But the Stoics teach us that while we can't control external events, we can control how we react to them. By choosing a calm, measured response instead of an impulsive reaction, you regain control. Every time you pause and choose your response, you're exercising your Stoic power. Remember, you may not be able to change what happens, but you can always control how you respond. Lesson 21. Turn your thoughts around. Negative thoughts can spiral quickly, fueling anxiety and stress. But the Stoics teach us that we can challenge and reframe these thoughts. By turning your negative mindset into a productive one, you gain more peace. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, stop and ask, is this thought helpful? Is it accurate? Then reframe it in a way that empowers you. For example, instead of thinking, I can't handle this, reframe it as, this is tough, but I can manage it. Reframing your thoughts doesn't just shift your mindset, it can transform your entire day. Lesson 22. Find your inner strength. Stoicism is all about finding strength from within. Instead of relying on external circumstances or people for strength, you learn to tap into your inner resilience. This is where true peace comes from. Every time you face adversity, remember, you have everything you need inside you to endure and grow. Strength is not about force. It's about calm, measured determination. Inner strength comes from practicing self-awareness and embracing challenges with confidence, knowing that you are capable of overcoming them. Lesson 23. Embrace simplicity. In today's fast-paced world, we often complicate our lives with excess. But the Stoics believed in the power of simplicity. Living simply means reducing distractions and focusing on what truly matters. Simplifying your life doesn't mean giving up everything. It means choosing what's truly important and letting go of the rest. When you remove the excess, you make space for peace and clarity. Simplify your environment, your schedule, and your thoughts. In the stillness of simplicity, you'll find greater contentment. Lesson 24. The importance of routine. Routine is a Stoic practice that brings structure and consistency to your life. By establishing a daily routine, you ensure that your day is guided by purpose and intention, rather than chaos. Having a routine doesn't mean living a rigid, monotonous life. It means setting aside time for things that matter to you, whether it's exercise, self-reflection, or simply taking care of yourself. This stability is key to combating anxiety and living a peaceful life. With a routine, you build the foundation for a productive, peaceful day, no matter what happens around you. Lesson 25. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most freeing Stoic practices. Holding on to resentment only weighs us down. The Stoics believe that forgiving others, no matter what they've done, frees our own hearts and minds. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means choosing peace over pain. When you forgive, you release yourself from the chains of anger and bitterness. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. It's a gift to yourself, one that leads to greater peace and emotional freedom. Lesson 26. The importance of patience. Patience is a powerful Stoic virtue. In today's world, we expect things to happen instantly, whether it's our work, relationships, or even our own personal growth. But the Stoics teach us that patience is the path to peace. By practicing patience, you learn to trust the process. You understand that not everything can be rushed, and that real growth takes time. Instead of becoming frustrated with delays, you embrace them as part of your journey. Patience is not about passivity. It's about accepting the natural rhythm of life and allowing things to unfold at their own pace. Lesson 27. The role of discipline. Discipline is the backbone of Stoic life. Without discipline, we are driven by our impulses, our emotions, and external circumstances. But with discipline, we can direct our energy towards what truly matters. Discipline is the daily commitment to live according to your values, even when it's hard. It's about doing what needs to be done, not because you feel like it, but because it aligns with your greater purpose. Discipline might not always feel rewarding in the moment, but over time, it builds strength, clarity, and peace. Lesson 28. Accepting the flow of life. Life is constantly changing, and the Stoics teach us to accept this flow. Instead of fighting against change, we can learn to move with it, to accept life's natural rhythm. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of accepting change, loss, and the unknown. He didn't resist the inevitable, but allowed it to guide him toward wisdom and growth. Acceptance of life's flow doesn't mean giving up. It means finding peace in the process. When you stop fighting against life, you create space for true freedom and growth. Lesson 29. Cultivating wisdom. Wisdom is the highest Stoic virtue. It's the ability to make sound judgments based on reason and understanding, not on impulse or emotions. The Stoics believe that wisdom is the key to living a good life, as it helps us make better decisions and navigate life's challenges. To cultivate wisdom, you must continually reflect on your thoughts and actions. Ask yourself, what is the best course of action in this situation? Is my judgment clouded by emotion, or is it grounded in reason? By practicing wisdom, you'll gain clarity, and with clarity, you'll find peace. Lesson 30. Embrace change. Change is inevitable, yet so many of us resist it. The Stoics teach us that we should not only accept change, but also embrace it. Change brings growth, new opportunities, and a chance to learn. When we resist change, we cause ourselves unnecessary stress. Instead of fighting against it, see it as an opportunity to improve, to become more flexible, and to grow stronger in the face of uncertainty. Embrace change, and you'll find that it becomes easier to adapt and more fulfilling to experience. Lesson 31. Take responsibility for your life. The Stoics believe that we are responsible for our own actions, thoughts, and emotions. We may not control the events of our lives, but we always control how we respond to them. Taking responsibility is a powerful step toward peace. When you stop blaming others for your circumstances, you take control of your life. You become empowered to make better decisions and create the life you desire. Taking responsibility is not about guilt. It's about empowerment. When you own your actions, you regain control. Lesson 32. Practice self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth. By becoming aware of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you can begin to change them for the better. The Stoics emphasize the importance of knowing yourself to live a life aligned with your values. Take time each day to reflect on your thoughts and actions. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why am I reacting this way? This level of awareness allows you to make more intentional choices and avoid unconscious, automatic reactions. Self-awareness gives you the clarity to make conscious, deliberate choices, leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Lesson 33. Build resilience through adversity. Resilience is not built in times of ease, but in times of adversity. The Stoics teach us that challenges are not obstacles to avoid, but opportunities to strengthen our character. The more we face difficulty head-on, the more resilient we become. Resilience comes from experience. Each setback, failure, or difficulty is a chance to learn and grow. The Stoics embraced hardship as a necessary part of the human experience, seeing it as a way to cultivate strength, patience, and wisdom. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about embracing it and emerging stronger. Lesson 34. Don't seek praise or recognition. Stoicism teaches us that we should not seek external validation or recognition. When we focus on doing what is right, rather than what will earn us praise, we find greater satisfaction in our actions. Instead of striving for applause, strive for inner fulfillment. Focus on the process, not the reward. When you do your best for the sake of doing your best, the results will take care of themselves. By shifting your focus from external rewards to internal satisfaction, you will find peace in the journey, not the applause. Lesson 35. Accept life's challenges with grace. Life doesn't always go as planned, and the Stoics remind us that this is okay. Instead of fighting against challenges, we should accept them with grace. Grace is about moving through life's ups and downs without losing our sense of peace. Challenges are part of life. They aren't something to fear or avoid. They are opportunities for growth. By accepting life as it is, we stop resisting and start flowing with it. Acceptance is not about giving up. It's about accepting life's flow and embracing the wisdom that comes from each experience. Lesson 36. Practice compassion. Stoicism isn't just about self-discipline. It's also about compassion for others. The Stoics believe that true strength is shown not by how we treat ourselves, but how we treat others. Compassion allows us to connect with the humanity of those around us. Being compassionate means understanding the struggles of others, offering support without judgment, and acting with kindness, even in difficult situations. Compassion isn't a sign of weakness. It's the strength to lift others up, knowing that we are all in this together. Lesson 37. Take time to rest. The Stoics believed in working hard, but they also understood the importance of rest. Rest is necessary to restore your energy, calm your mind, and maintain balance in life. Taking breaks allows us to recharge, so we can continue to face challenges with strength and clarity. When we ignore rest, we run the risk of burnout, and our productivity suffers. Rest is just as important as work. Rest is an indulgence. It's necessary for maintaining the balance that leads to a peaceful and productive life. Lesson 38. Be grateful for challenges. Finally, let's look at challenges through a different lens. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, view them as teachers. Every challenge you face holds a lesson that can help you grow stronger. By practicing gratitude for the lessons learned during difficult times, you shift your mindset from frustration to appreciation. Challenges are opportunities to refine your character and build resilience. Gratitude for challenges helps us develop the wisdom and strength to face whatever comes next with confidence. Lesson 39. Embrace the power of choice. In Stoic philosophy, the most important power we have is the power of choice. No matter the situation, we always have the ability to choose how we respond. This is where your true freedom lies. The Stoics believed that no external event could harm you unless you allowed it to. It is your choice how to interpret and respond to life's challenges. By remembering this, you can regain control over your emotions and reactions. Every choice you make shapes your peace of mind. Embrace the power of choice and watch how it transforms your life. Lesson 40. Be present in your actions. To live like a Stoic, you must practice being fully present in your actions. Whether you're working, talking with a friend, or even resting, complete focus on the present moment leads to fulfillment. Stoics believe that being present in every moment leads to mastery of both your actions and your mind. When we focus on the task at hand, we are able to perform it with excellence and peace. By being present, you stop worrying about the past or future and truly live in the moment. Lesson 41. Don't let opinions affect you. The opinions of others can often cloud our judgment and cause unnecessary stress. The Stoics teach us that we should not be swayed by external opinions, but instead, focus on what is true and aligned with our values. Everyone has an opinion, but not all opinions are worth taking to heart. When you live according to your own values, external judgments lose their power over you. When you stop seeking validation from others, you reclaim your peace and your power. Lesson 42. Find joy in simple things. Stoicism teaches that true joy doesn't come from material possessions or achievements, but from appreciating the simple things in life. A peaceful walk, a moment of quiet, or a good conversation can bring contentment. The more we focus on the simple joys, the less we depend on external factors for happiness. True happiness is found in the present, in the small, meaningful moments. By embracing simplicity, you open yourself to the profound joy that comes from living mindfully in each moment. Lesson 43. Accept what you cannot control. One of the most central Stoic teachings is learning to accept what you cannot control. Stress arises when we fight against the inevitable, but true peace comes when we accept life as it is. The Stoics remind us that it's not the events themselves that cause us stress, but our reaction to them. By accepting the things we can't change, we free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity. It means recognizing what is beyond your control and focusing on how you can respond to it. Lesson 44. Control your emotions. Don't be controlled by them. Emotions are a natural part of being human, but Stoicism teaches us that we don't have to be controlled by them. We can experience anger, sadness, or frustration without letting these emotions dictate our actions. The key is awareness. When you feel an emotion rising, pause and recognize it. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me? This helps you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. By controlling your emotions, you regain your power and prevent them from controlling you. Lesson 45. The Stoic view of wealth. Stoicism teaches us that wealth is not inherently good or bad. It's how we use it that matters. The Stoics encourage us to see wealth as a tool, not a goal, and to avoid becoming attached to material possessions. True wealth is the richness of character and the peace of mind that comes from living in alignment with your values. Pursuing wealth for its own sake leads to anxiety, but when wealth serves a greater purpose, it can contribute to a meaningful life. By viewing wealth as a tool, you free yourself from the trap of excessive desire and focus on what truly enriches your life. Lesson 46. Know your limitations. Knowing your limitations is a key aspect of Stoic wisdom. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and understanding them allows us to make better decisions and avoid unnecessary stress. The Stoics didn't expect themselves to be perfect. They expected themselves to be honest. When you acknowledge your limitations, you can work with them, not against them. This leads to greater growth and peace. Embrace your limitations, and you'll find that they become your stepping stones to greater personal growth. Lesson 47. Practice humility. Humility is a central Stoic virtue. It's about recognizing that no matter how much we know or achieve, there's always room for growth. The Stoics believe that practicing humility leads to wisdom and peace. Humility isn't about self-deprecation. It's about being open to learning, recognizing our flaws, and accepting that others can teach us valuable lessons. When we remain humble, we allow ourselves to grow. By practicing humility, you invite continuous growth and open yourself up to the wisdom of others. Lesson 48. Practice gratitude for challenges. As we've mentioned before, challenges are opportunities for growth, but gratitude for those challenges is key. Instead of resenting difficulties, the Stoics teach us to appreciate them for what they teach us. By practicing gratitude for adversity, we shift our mindset from victimhood to empowerment. Every obstacle holds a lesson that can make us stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Gratitude for challenges is not about ignoring the pain. It's about recognizing the wisdom that comes from overcoming them. Lesson 49. Keep your focus on the present. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present. The more we focus on what's happening right now, the less we're consumed by regret for the past or anxiety about the future. The present moment is where life truly unfolds. When we focus on the present, we give ourselves the best chance to respond thoughtfully to life's challenges. The future will come on its own, and the past is already behind us. The only true power we have is in the present. By focusing on the present, you reclaim your peace and build the foundation for a more fulfilling life. Lesson 50. Avoid overthinking. Overthinking is one of the quickest ways to become overwhelmed. The Stoics teach us to avoid getting caught up in mental spirals. Instead, focus on what you can control, take action, and let go of the need to overanalyze everything. Instead of getting lost in endless thoughts about what could happen, choose to take one small, practical step forward. Every action moves you closer to clarity, while overthinking keeps you stuck in confusion. Overthinking only prolongs anxiety. Action is the antidote. Lesson 51. Cultivate inner peace, not external validation. External validation is fleeting. It comes and goes. And if we rely on it for our sense of self-worth, we're constantly chasing something that can't be sustained. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate inner peace and not depend on others' opinions. Instead of seeking approval from others, focus on your values and your own standards. By staying true to your principles, you will find lasting peace, regardless of external validation. True peace comes from knowing who you are and staying grounded in that truth, no matter what others say or think. Lesson 52. Live according to virtue, not desire. Stoicism teaches that we should live according to virtue, not based on fleeting desires. While desires often push us towards external goals or pleasures, virtue keeps us grounded in what is right and meaningful. Desire often leads to dissatisfaction, but when we focus on cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and justice, we find deeper fulfillment. Virtue gives us something solid to stand on, no matter the challenges around us. Living with virtue brings peace and a sense of purpose that fleeting desires cannot. Lesson 53. Let go of the need for control. Control is an illusion. We cannot control everything around us, but we can control how we respond. The Stoics teach us to let go of the need to control external circumstances and instead focus on what's within our power. Our thoughts, actions, and reactions. When you stop trying to control everything, you free yourself from frustration and stress. Focus on your response to situations, not the situation itself, and you'll find peace. Release the need for control and embrace the freedom that comes from focusing on what truly matters. Lesson 54. Keep your commitments. Integrity is the foundation of a peaceful life. The Stoics believe that when we make a commitment, we must honor it. By keeping your word, you build trust in yourself and others. Keeping your commitments, even when it's inconvenient, strengthens your character and helps you stay aligned with your values. It also brings you peace, knowing you can rely on yourself to follow through. Honoring your commitments creates integrity, and integrity creates peace. Lesson 55. Avoid comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. The Stoics teach us that comparing ourselves to others only distracts us from our own path. Everyone's journey is different, and the only person we should compare ourselves to is the person we were yesterday. Instead of focusing on what others have or achieve, focus on your own growth and progress. Your value is not determined by how you measure up to others, but by how you live in alignment with your values. Let go of comparison, and you'll find peace in your own path. Lesson 56. Build healthy relationships. Stoicism isn't just about individual growth. It's also about how we interact with others. Healthy relationships are built on trust, honesty, and mutual respect. The Stoics believe that by practicing virtue, we can improve our relationships and create a harmonious environment. By showing empathy, patience, and understanding, we can build stronger relationships. When we communicate openly and act with integrity, we create the space for deep, meaningful connections. Healthy relationships are a key part of a fulfilling life. Practice Stoic virtues in your interactions and watch your connections grow deeper. Lesson 57. Detach from materialism. Stoicism teaches that true happiness doesn't come from material wealth. While it's okay to enjoy life's comforts, they should never be the source of your contentment. Detaching from materialism means finding joy in the simple, meaningful things in life. By focusing on what truly matters, our values, relationships, and personal growth, we can live a life free from the endless pursuit of possessions. Material wealth will come and go, but peace is everlasting. True wealth is found in the things that bring lasting joy, not temporary satisfaction. Lesson 58. Live in harmony with your values. Living according to your values is the essence of Stoic practice. When you align your actions with what truly matters to you, you experience peace and fulfillment. This alignment helps you make decisions that are consistent with your true self. Every time you make a decision, ask yourself, does this align with my values? When you live in harmony with your values, you reduce internal conflict and live with purpose. By living in harmony with your values, you create a life of peace, clarity, and purpose. Lesson 59. Focus on daily habits. Stoicism teaches that our character is built through daily habits. Small, consistent actions shape our future and define our responses to challenges. By focusing on daily habits, we can live with intention and cultivate a virtuous life. The Stoics believe that every day is an opportunity to improve, whether it's dedicating time to exercise, setting intentions for your day, or practicing gratitude. Small habits compound over time to create profound changes. By focusing on the process, not the outcome, you can ensure consistent growth and improvement. Lesson 60. Strengthen your relationships. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of strong, healthy relationships. Relationships are essential to a fulfilling life, and the Stoics believed that the way we treat others reflects our character. True relationships are based on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. The Stoics remind us to be present with others, to listen attentively, and to act with kindness and empathy. By investing in authentic relationships, you build a support system that helps you grow and face life's challenges with resilience. Lesson 61. Embrace discomfort. One of the Stoic principles is that discomfort is necessary for growth. The Stoics believe that embracing discomfort, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, builds strength, resilience, and character. By stepping outside your comfort zone, you learn to endure difficulties with grace. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the more capable you become of handling life's challenges. Growth happens when we push beyond our limits. Embrace discomfort, and you'll emerge stronger. Lesson 62. Achieve peace through acceptance. Acceptance is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics teach us that peace comes not from controlling everything, but from accepting life as it comes and focusing on what we can control, our actions and responses. When we accept the things we cannot change, we stop fighting against reality and free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means choosing peace despite the circumstances. Acceptance is not defeat. It's the freedom to live fully, without the burden of resistance. Lesson 63. Prioritize meaningful work. Meaningful work is central to Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that living a life aligned with your purpose and contributing to the well-being of others brings deep fulfillment and joy. Prioritizing work that aligns with your values not only benefits you, it also contributes to the greater good. Meaningful work isn't about recognition or rewards. It's about living authentically and giving your best. Meaningful work brings fulfillment. It's not about what you do, but why and how you do it. Lesson 64. Overcome procrastination. Procrastination is one of the greatest barriers to productivity and peace. The Stoics taught us that avoiding tasks only increases stress and anxiety. Instead of putting things off, take small, immediate actions to move forward. Start by breaking large tasks into smaller steps. The Stoics believe that acting decisively and immediately leads to greater clarity and accomplishment. Taking action, no matter how small, builds momentum and helps you overcome procrastination. Lesson 65. Understanding fate and destiny. Fate and destiny are central to Stoic thought. While we may not control everything that happens to us, we do control how we respond. The Stoics taught that events are not good or bad in themselves. They're simply part of the natural order. Instead of resisting fate, the Stoics encourage us to accept it with grace. By doing so, we cultivate resilience and understanding, realizing that every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Understanding fate allows you to focus on what's within your control and accept what is beyond it with peace. Lesson 66. Live authentically. To live authentically is to live true to yourself and your values, regardless of external expectations. The Stoics teach that authenticity is the key to peace and fulfillment. When you live authentically, you stop pretending to be someone you're not. You embrace your true nature and live in harmony with your inner self, which leads to greater peace and clarity. Living authentically brings freedom from the burden of trying to please others, and it opens the door to a deeper connection with yourself. Lesson 67. Reflect on your mortality. The Stoics often meditated on mortality, not to fear death, but to embrace the urgency of living fully. Reflecting on our mortality helps us appreciate the preciousness of life and prompts us to make the most of each moment. By remembering that life is finite, we're reminded to live with purpose, gratitude, and presence. Mortality isn't something to fear. It's a powerful motivator to live a meaningful life. Death is not an end. It's a reminder to live in a way that truly matters. Lesson 68. Practice self-compassion. Stoicism is not about being hard on yourself. It's about being honest and compassionate with yourself. The Stoics believed that self-compassion is essential for growth and resilience. Self-compassion allows you to embrace your flaws and mistakes without judgment. Instead of berating yourself, treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer to a friend. Self-compassion allows you to learn from your mistakes without the burden of guilt and helps you grow with a kind heart. Lesson 69. The journey of Stoicism. We've reached the final lesson in our series. Stoicism is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey. The principles we've discussed are not meant to be mastered overnight, but practiced every day. Every day is an opportunity to practice Stoic wisdom to grow and to become more resilient. The journey of Stoicism is about constant reflection, improvement, and alignment with your values. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to the peace and strength you seek. Stay true to your path and embrace the wisdom of Stoicism. Lesson 70. The power of silence and solitude. Silence and solitude are essential in Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius often wrote in isolation, away from the noise of his empire, reflecting deeply on his thoughts and actions. In today's fast-paced world, we rarely allow ourselves moments of stillness. Yet, it is in these quiet moments that we find clarity. By embracing silence and solitude, we can reconnect with our true selves. In the stillness, we reflect, recalibrate, and reset our intentions. Silence is a tool for self-reflection. Use it to discover your path forward with greater clarity. Lesson 71. Staying human amidst chaos. Stoicism teaches us how to maintain our humanity in the face of adversity. Marcus Aurelius, leading the Roman Empire amidst wars, plagues, and betrayals, still found ways to act with dignity and virtue. In today's world, chaos surrounds us, but we always have the choice to stay grounded. No matter the circumstances, we can choose to act with integrity, patience, and wisdom. This is the essence of Stoic strength. Even in the worst of times, the Stoics remind us, we have the power to stay human. Lesson 72. The struggle for virtue. Virtue is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. It's easy to give in to bitterness or despair in difficult times, but the Stoics teach us that the struggle for virtue is what makes us strong. Marcus Aurelius wrote about his constant battle to hold on to virtue despite facing unimaginable loss and hardship. Virtue is not easy. It's a constant practice. But by holding on to it, even when it's hardest, we build resilience and strength that define our character. The struggle for virtue is the struggle for peace. It's worth every effort. Lesson 73. Rawness over perfection. Stoicism isn't about perfection. It's about embracing our imperfections and learning from them. Marcus Aurelius' meditations weren't polished lectures. They were raw, personal reflections. It's this honesty, this willingness to face our flaws, that makes Stoic wisdom so powerful. When we stop striving for perfection and instead embrace our true selves, flaws and all, we open the door to true growth. Perfection is a myth. Embrace your rawness and you'll find greater strength. Lesson 74. The unpolished wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius' wisdom was not meant for public consumption. It was personal, unpolished, and deeply human. The rawness of his words makes his philosophy timeless. In today's world, we are often pressured to perform and be perfect. But the Stoics remind us that true wisdom is found in the messy, authentic moments of life. True wisdom doesn't come from perfection. It comes from being honest with ourselves and embracing our journey, with all its flaws and challenges. Like Marcus, find strength in your own raw, unpolished journey. Lesson 75. Stop pretending. In a world obsessed with appearance, Stoicism teaches us to stop pretending. Marcus Aurelius was a ruler who faced immense challenges, yet he never tried to hide his struggles. He showed us that true strength lies in being honest about our human condition, not in hiding behind a facade of perfection. By stopping the pretense, we can live more authentically and act with integrity. Pretending only drains our energy. The Stoics remind us that it's better to face the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Authenticity is a strength that frees us from the burden of performance. Lesson 76. Avoiding arguments about goodness. Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, instead of talking about goodness." Stoicism teaches us to embody it. Our actions speak louder than words, and it's through living with integrity that we truly show our character. Rather than engaging in endless debates or comparisons, focus on embodying the qualities you admire in others. This is the Stoic path to true greatness. Let your actions define you, not your words. Lesson 77. The privilege of life. The Stoics saw life itself as a privilege, and Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of this. In his writings, he focused on the preciousness of life, encouraging us to make the most of every moment. Every day is an opportunity to live with purpose, to be present, and to act with intention. Recognizing the privilege of being alive shifts our mindset. We stop taking life for granted and begin living with gratitude for each moment. Life is short. Embrace each moment with gratitude. Lesson 78. The struggle for inner peace. Inner peace is not given to us by the world. It's something we create within ourselves. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius faced many external pressures, but he always sought peace through inner strength, focusing on what he could control. By focusing on our own responses, thoughts, and emotions, we can maintain peace even in the midst of life's chaos. This is the ultimate Stoic practice. True peace is within your control. Lesson 79. Live with dignity. Living with dignity means acting in alignment with your values, regardless of external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, despite his power and position, always chose to act with dignity, even in the face of personal loss, grief, and betrayal. By living with dignity, we remain true to ourselves, even when the world tries to pull us in different directions. Dignity is not about pride, it's about honoring our own values and acting with respect for others. Living with dignity is a constant practice that reflects who you are, regardless of what's happening around you. Lesson 80. The journey of Stoicism. We've reached the final lesson in our series. Stoicism is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey. The principles we've discussed are not meant to be mastered overnight, but practiced every day. Every day is an opportunity to practice Stoic wisdom, to grow, and to become more resilient. The journey of Stoicism is about constant reflection, improvement, and alignment with your values. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to the peace and strength you seek. Stay true to your path and embrace the wisdom of Stoicism. Lesson 81. Use adversity as fuel for growth. One of the most powerful Stoic teachings is to use adversity to fuel your growth. Marcus Aurelius believed that our challenges are not obstacles, but raw materials for building strength. The Stoics teach us that suffering is not to be avoided, but embraced as a tool for transformation. Every difficult experience is an opportunity to refine your character. Instead of wishing for life to be easy, the Stoics encourage us to ask, what can I learn from this? Adversity, when embraced, becomes the foundation of your inner strength. Lesson 82. Reframe your pain. Pain, whether physical or emotional, is a natural part of life. The Stoics did not deny its existence, but they encouraged us to challenge our interpretations of pain. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." When you reframe pain not as something to avoid, but as something to learn from, you reclaim your power. Instead of seeing pain as a negative force, the Stoics saw it as a chance for growth and transformation. Pain, when viewed through the Stoic lens, becomes a teacher, not an enemy. Lesson 83. Use challenges to strengthen your character. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your character. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers understood that trials and tribulations are the very things that shape us. They are not setbacks. They are the raw materials of a virtuous life. Instead of resisting challenges, the Stoics embraced them. The more difficult the challenge, the greater the opportunity to grow in virtue. Challenges don't break you. They build you into the person you're meant to become. Lesson 84. Embrace your fate. The Stoics believe that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond to it. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on accepting what was beyond his control and focusing only on what he could influence. Fate is something we cannot fight. The Stoic mindset teaches us that peace comes when we accept what is beyond our control and act with virtue in what remains within our power. Acceptance of fate is not passive. It is the key to true peace and clarity. Lesson 85. Reframe your expectations. Much of our suffering comes from misaligned expectations. The Stoics taught that we should not expect life to be fair or predictable. Instead, we should prepare ourselves to meet each moment with resilience and flexibility. Reframing your expectations allows you to accept life as it comes. The Stoics remind us that life will never meet our expectations exactly, but our response to it is always in our control. By adjusting your expectations, you free yourself from the frustration of unmet desires. Lesson 86. Turn frustration into focus. Frustration is a natural emotion, but it doesn't have to control us. The Stoics teach us to turn frustration into focus. Instead of letting frustration derail us, we can use it as fuel to take productive action. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about redirecting negative emotions into constructive action. Frustration is a signal that something needs to change. The Stoics saw this as an opportunity to grow stronger and more focused. Frustration can be a powerful motivator if you choose to channel it into focus. Lesson 87. Use silence to reflect and grow. Silence is not only about quieting external noise, it's about listening to your inner thoughts. The Stoics use silence to reflect on their actions, to challenge their judgments, and to understand themselves better. By embracing moments of silence, you create space for reflection. This allows you to evaluate your actions and emotions without the distractions of the outside world. Silence is not empty, it's full of opportunity for growth. Lesson 88. Find meaning in every moment. Finding meaning in every moment is a core Stoic practice. The Stoics taught us that life's true value is not found in big accomplishments, but in the small, meaningful moments that make up our day. When we begin to find meaning in the ordinary, life becomes richer. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, the Stoics encourage us to create meaning in everything we do. Every moment holds meaning, if you're present enough to see it. Lesson 89. Accept the uncontrollable. Control is an illusion. The Stoics knew this well. While we can control our actions, much of life is beyond our influence. By accepting what is uncontrollable, we free ourselves from frustration and disappointment. Instead of resisting life's uncontrollable aspects, the Stoics taught us to accept them and focus on our responses. Peace comes when we stop fighting the inevitable. Acceptance is not resignation. It's the key to peace and resilience. Lesson 90. Control your mind, control your life. The Stoics believed that the key to mastering your life lies in mastering your mind. Our thoughts shape our reality. When we control our minds, we regain control over our lives. Your thoughts have the power to create peace or chaos. By practicing mindfulness and self-control, you can guide your mind to focus on what's truly important and eliminate distractions. Master your mind. and you'll find the strength to master your life. Lesson 91. Find purpose in every action. Every action, no matter how small, has purpose. The Stoics believe that to live a meaningful life, we must bring intention to everything we do, from the most mundane tasks to the most significant endeavors. By aligning your actions with your values, you create a life full of meaning. Purpose doesn't always come from grand achievements. It comes from living with intention in every moment. Purpose is not something we find. It's something we create, one action at a time. Lesson 92. Take responsibility for your life. Taking responsibility for your life is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that we are not victims of circumstance. While we cannot control everything that happens to us, we always control our responses and actions. By accepting full responsibility for your actions, you free yourself from blame and excuses. This is the path to empowerment and true freedom. Responsibility is the key to personal power. When you own your life, you gain the strength to shape it. Lesson 93. Don't fear death, embrace it. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the acceptance of death. The Stoics believe that fear of death only holds us back from truly living. By contemplating our mortality, we can live with greater urgency and appreciation for each moment. Instead of fearing death, Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to embrace it as a natural part of life. By accepting that death is inevitable, we stop wasting time on trivial worries and begin to live more fully. Death is not to be feared. It is a reminder to live with purpose. Lesson 94. Practice gratitude every day. Gratitude is a daily practice for the Stoics. By focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we shift our mindset and find peace. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be grateful for the small things in life. When we practice gratitude, we stop taking life for granted. We start appreciating what's around us, and this shift in perspective brings more joy and contentment. Gratitude opens your eyes to the abundance in your life, bringing peace and contentment. Lesson 95. Use the present moment wisely. The Stoics taught us to live fully in the present. Too often, we are distracted by past regrets or future anxieties. But the only moment we truly control is the present. By focusing on the present moment, we can make the most of our time. When we stop worrying about what's already happened or what's yet to come, we can act with intention and clarity. Use the present wisely, for it is all we have. Lesson 96. Practice resilience in the face of adversity. Resilience is one of the most important Stoic virtues. Life is full of obstacles, but the Stoics remind us that adversity is an opportunity to build strength and character. Instead of avoiding challenges, the Stoics encouraged us to embrace them. Through resilience, we become stronger, more adaptable, and better able to handle life's difficulties. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from learning to rise from it. Lesson 97. Don't let opinions control you. The opinions of others are not under our control, and the Stoics knew this well. We can't stop others from having opinions about us, but we can choose how we respond to them. Marcus Aurelius didn't seek the approval of others. He focused on living virtuously, regardless of external judgment. When we stop seeking validation from others, we become free to act according to our own values. Your value comes from within, not from others' opinions. Lesson 98. Keep things simple. Simplicity is a core Stoic practice. In a world of constant distractions, the Stoics remind us that happiness comes not from accumulation, but from simplicity. By simplifying our lives, whether through decluttering our physical space or letting go of unnecessary goals, we create space for what truly matters: virtue, relationships, and peace. Less is often more. Embrace simplicity to find greater clarity and peace. Lesson 99. Stay grounded in your values. One of the Stoic principles is to stay grounded in your values, no matter what happens around you. The external world is constantly changing, but our values should remain firm. By staying true to your values, you navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. When you know what's important to you, nothing can shake your foundation. Your values are the anchor that keeps you steady, no matter how turbulent the world may seem. Lesson 100. The power of self-control. Self-control is the foundation of Stoic strength. The Stoics taught us that true freedom comes not from indulging our desires, but from mastering them. By practicing self-control, we take charge of our actions and emotions. This allows us to live in alignment with our values, rather than being driven by fleeting impulses. Self-control isn't about denial. It's about empowering yourself to live according to your highest ideals. Lesson 101. Life is what you make of it. Finally, the Stoics remind us that life is not about what happens to us. It's about how we respond to it. Your life is shaped by your choices, your reactions, and your mindset. By embracing Stoic principles, acceptance, virtue, resilience, and self-control, we create a life of meaning, peace, and purpose. Life is what you make of it. Choose to make it meaningful. Thank you for watching how 101 Stoic lessons will help you achieve true happiness and calm in a chaotic world. We hope these lessons inspire you to embrace discomfort, live with purpose, and cultivate inner peace every single day. Stoicism isn't just philosophy. It's a guide to living a meaningful, resilient, and calm life, no matter what challenges come your way. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a lesson that can transform your life. Join our community and take the first step toward true happiness and calm in a chaotic world.